Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I'm jumping in with the newest release from Creative Retreat Kits. This is Upside Down Kingdom, and my devotional kit is still on its way to me. I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but USPS is just a little bit crazy right now, and so the team is getting their kits a little bit later. But don't fret, there are still printables available over at the Creative Retreat shop. So whether you want to do this instead or in addition to while you're waiting for your kit, this is a great option. So I went ahead and printed out the devotional. That is a printable file. So I printed that out, and then I grabbed the printable pieces and cut those all out ahead of time. And we'll be using those today, as well as some past kit alphabet stickers. So even if you don't have the kit, don't worry. You can still work through this one with the digital options. I love that they are now offering the devotional content as a digital option. So maybe you just want to work through the devotional and grab your own stash goodies. I think that's a great option. So I'm just diving into the devotional content that was written by Rebecca, and it is really good. I love the topic this month. Just keeping our focus on Christ and his kingdom and how different that is than what culture tells us is normal here on earth. And while there are plenty of verses to be journaling, I thought I would do something a little bit different. The timing of this video puts me in a place where I feel like I need to talk about the goings-ons in the world this week. Obviously, there's a lot happening in the world. And so one thing that I have just been holding on to the last few days is this verse here. So this verse is not included in the devotional content. This is one that I've pulled and one that I am focusing on and that I will be journaling today. Is Hebrews 12:14 says, "Strive for peace with everyone and for the holiness without which no one will see the Lord." So striving for peace with everyone, because that we're going to look different. And I think that this really goes well with the topic of the devotional content. So I wanted to do some prayer journaling in my faith binder, and so I will be leaving myself plenty of room to do that. But I just love some of the words that were in the kit: countercultural, the last will be first, the first will be, the last will be first, the first will be last, things of that nature. You know, we live in a world and a society where it tells us to speak our mind, our opinion matters, to fight for what we believe. Like, there's just this be loud, stand up for ourselves, get our opinion out there. Our opinion matters. And as I was trying to hold back and decide, how I was going to approach everything that's going on this week, politically and in our country, this verse is what I'm holding on to: striving for peace with everyone. We're not all going to agree. The polls numbers show that. We're almost split 50-50 down the middle across this country. So very likely you're going to see something you don't agree with, come into contact with somebody that you don't agree with. And so then how should our response be? The world pushes and teaches and gives an example of, pushing back and being loud and getting our opinion out there. But if we're going to look different, if we're going to be true representatives of Christ, we need to be striving for peace. And so we can still have relationship with those that we don't agree with. We don't have to say everything that we're thinking. We do not have to jump on and comment on everything that we see that we may not agree with. We do not have to do that. We should be striving for peace with everyone, especially in this time right now. Satan is nothing but happier about the division and the strife that is happening, not just in the faith community, but in our country as a whole right now. And so we don't want to make him happy, right? We want to do something different. And so while it goes against my flesh, I am a very spirited, fiery person. And so I want to get on there and share my opinion and refute things and post things and share things that I think is true. What does that get me? That's prideful. That's about me. That's not about him. And that's what our focus should be. And so I want to be praying on that and focusing on this verse. So that is what I'm going to be journaling today here in my faith binder. I will have everything linked down below for you guys. I'm going to create kind of a little decorative grid over here and then some room for my journaling. Again, I'm using the printable pieces for the Upside Down Kingdom. And then there is some great devotional content that really kind of ties in and is timely. I mean, I don't know if you've seen this trend over the last few months with these kits from all kinds of companies just being perfectly timely for what is going on. It's kind of funny how God works like that, huh? So let me go ahead and put you guys on fast forward and we'll put this layout together. Okay, so I've gone ahead and pulled out the pages from my little binder here to work on. And this is really going to be very basic. We're just sticking down pieces. I printed my printables on some heavier weight cardstock. I will have my printer linked down below, the paper I use linked down below. Everything will be down there for you guys. But you could print on sticker paper, clear sticker paper, acetate, vellum, all kinds of different things, depending on what type of project that you're doing here. One way I like to kind of change up my printables a little bit is to add some texture. So I'm just running my fingernail along these journaling cards just to kind of roughen it up and add a little something so it's not just flat cardstock on paper. And yes, I did intentionally type that card with the kingdom upside down. I liked this imagery of things being upside down, different than what we're used to, drawing your eye to it, keeping my focus on the heavenly kingdom, not on this world. And so that is why I turned that card upside down. Some of these pieces I am popping up on foam dots just to kind of give some more dimension. That's another way to dress up your printables. This piece here says, "The king who reversed the order of things." Like I said, everything in this kit just really seemed very timely for right now. Doing things different, right? Like responding in a different way. I know I talked about a little bit of that in the opening there, but my prayer for this community is that we would be peacemakers during this time. Yeah, I know it's tough. I know we have a lot of opinions. Here, like this piece here, I put beloved. I just want to remind myself that I'm his beloved. But not only am I his beloved, but the brothers and sisters in Christ that I'm responding to online are his beloved as well. So when I respond to them, I want to respond in kindness, reminding myself that they are his beloved. And if they are not a believer, they are still an image bearer of God. And so responding in a way that honors and respects that. I know it's tough. I know our flesh gets hurt. Our pride gets hurt. We might be physically hurt. I mean, there is a lot of hurts being discussed right now. Whether that's racially, politically, you name it, there's so much, even just doctrine that's going on right now. And just within this community, disagreements about theology and doctrine and things like that. And just this page is as much a reminder for me as it is putting it out there as maybe an encouragement for you guys to be kind, to be a peacemaker when I'm responding. Not to say that you shouldn't not respond to things when you see them. But if you do feel so led to respond in a way that brings peace and not strife. That's just kind of my heart cry with this prayer page today. So I'm just trying to put some important reminders on here. Down here, Christ reigns. No matter who is the president, whether it is who I voted for or not, my king still sits on his throne in heaven with Christ at his right hand, no matter what. And that is what our focus should be. And while I feel like part of my own personal struggle is that I so yearn to be in that kingdom with him, with Christ, with God, that I want that here now. And I think that's what a lot of us are maybe disappointed by. We're wanting to make heaven here on earth while we're here because we so desperately want it. That's how we were created, is to yearn for relationship with God. But we're never going to have heaven on earth from our own doings. It's going to be Christ returns. That's the only way that we are going to have a godly earth again, is when Christ returns. And so, not to say that we shouldn't vote, not to say that we shouldn't care about things, not to say that we shouldn't be passionate or be allies or speak up for, the least of these and things like that. Yes, we should be doing that. But ultimately our focus is on God and bringing others to believe in him and submit their lives to him. That is our focus, not making heaven here on earth. And I know that totally goes against what earth tells us, right? To scrabble and climb over the top of each other to get to the top and to get all that we deserve and to be the loudest, to accomplish all the things. All of that is what the earth is telling us to do. There's going to come a time, friends, when we are in heaven with Christ, and it's not about us anymore. Our whole being will be just to worship Him. It's not going to be about us and our pride and our accomplishments or anything like that. It's going to be our focus on Him for all eternity. And so just trying to get my focus, practicing that focus now while I'm here on earth is my goal. And that's my prayer for us, but just as we're in this community together. So I've just added some more pieces all around. I pretty much used up all of the printables on this page with just some phrases that I wanted to remember and just some statement pieces. I'm kind of mixing together the stickers that I have from my stash as well as this printable. It does have an alphabet in the printable, so if you wanted to print those on sticker paper and use those as your stickers, you could scale those and play with those as well if you don't have, a stash of alphabet stickers. But I'm going to be creating up here. I will be countercultural. I want to stand out not because of my accomplishments and who I am, but because I sound different, look different than what the world tells us to be. And when they look closer, they see Jesus. They don't see me. They don't see my accomplishments or my opinion or what I think is right. They see Jesus. That's what I want for me. And so I will be countercultural. So there I went ahead and journaled a prayer for our country and its leaders and for this community in my little layout here. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below. Check out the description box for links to everything that I used today. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.